Regardless of age, regardless of position, regardless of the business we happen to be in, all of us need to understand the importance of branding. We are CEOs of our own companies, me incorporated. To be in business today, our most important job is to be head marketer for the brand called you. In Search of Excellence was an afterthought, the runt of the McKinsey consulting litter, a hip pocket project that was never supposed to amount to much. South Africa has all the tools to compete in the new global village, an eager workforce, ready to take on any challenge. Vision is dandy, but sustainable company excellence comes from a huge stable of able managers. Design is so critical it should be on the agenda of every meeting in every single department. Life is pretty simple, you do some stuff. Most fails. Some works. You do more of what works. If it works big, others quickly copy it. Then you do something else. The trick is the doing something else. Business book writing for me is when some set of ideas get stuck in my mind, I write a book about it. I haven't got a theory and I haven't got a framework. In Search of Excellence, even the title, is a reminder that business isn't dry, dreary, boring, or by the numbers. Life at work can be cool, and work that's cool isn't confined to Tiger Woods, Yo-Yo Ma, or Tom Hanks. It's available to all of us and any of us. I don't read many business books. I read good fiction. Business is about people, so my favorite business books are anything by Dickens. Stop being conned by the old mantra that says, leaders are cool, managers are dweebs. Instead, follow the Peters principle, leaders are cool. Managers are cool too. We found that the most exciting environments, that treated people very well, are also tough as nails. There is no bureaucratic mumbo-jumbo, excellent companies provide two things simultaneously, tough environments and very supportive environments. For the blue-collar worker, the driving force behind change was factory automation using programmable machine tools. For the office worker, it's office automation using computer technology, enterprise resource planning systems, groupware, intranets, extranets, expert systems, the web, and e-commerce. Today brands are everything, and all kinds of products and services, from accounting firms to sneaker makers to restaurants, are figuring out how to transcend the narrow boundaries of their categories and become a brand surrounded by a Tommy Hilfiger-like buzz. If your company has a clean desk policy, the company is nuts and you're nuts to stay there. The magic formula that successful businesses have discovered is to treat customers like guests and employees like people. Good managers have a bias for action. Give a lot, expect a lot, and if you don't get it, prune. A passive approach to professional growth will leave you by the wayside. Everyone has a chance to learn, improve, and build up their skills. One of the biggest problems of In Search of Excellence is that it focused on giant, publicly traded companies. There are thousands upon thousands of excellent companies. Some of them are two-person accountancies in a community of 3,000 people. As a consumer, you want to associate with brands whose powerful presence creates a halo effect that rubs off on you. Celebrate what you want to see more of. Test fast, fail fast, adjust fast. Almost all quality improvement comes via simplification of design, manufacturing, layout, processes, and procedures. Statistically and emotionally, I believe that the way I can be of help to society is by doing what I know and what I've been good at. If a window of opportunity appears, don't pull down the shade. Business is about people. It's about passion. It's about bold ideas, bold small ideas or bold large ideas. Anybody who is an entrepreneur is a person who essentially has impaired judgment. The odds of success are zilch. All white-collar work is project work. The single salient fact that touches all of our lives is that work is being reinvented. My problem is not that I see all 17 sides of any issue, but I'm equally passionate about all 17 sides simultaneously. Winners must learn to relish change with the same enthusiasm and energy that we have resisted it in the past. I think economics is about passion. Economic progress, whether it is a two-person coffee shop or whether it is Netscape, is about people with brave ideas. Because it is brave to mortgage the house, when you've got 2 kids, to start a coffee shop. Communication is everyone's panacea for everything. Mastery is great, but even that is not enough. You have to be able to change course without a bead of sweat or remorse. The best leaders, almost without exception and at every level, are master users of stories and symbols. The workplace revolution that transformed the lives of blue-collar workers in the 1970s and 1980s is finally reaching the offices and cubicles of the white-collar workers. Community organizing is all about building grassroots support. It's about identifying the people around you with whom you can create a common, passionate cause. And it's about ignoring the conventional wisdom of company politics and instead playing the game by very different rules. If you really want to kill morale, have layoffs every 2 months for the next 2 years. All business success rests on something labeled a sale, which at least momentarily weds company and customer. As far as I'm concerned, the first business leader who was able to establish a cult of personality around his tenure was Lee Iacocca. If you're not confused, you're not paying attention. The simple act of paying positive attention to people has a great deal to do with productivity. Remember my mantra, distinct or extinct. Management is about arranging and telling. Leadership is about nurturing and enhancing. One simply cannot pay tribute to Stephen Covey without saying at the outset that he was a lovely human being. Mittelstand companies are incredibly focused and almost always family-run. The young men and women go through the apprenticeship system and learn that the goal is excellence. I endorse a lot of people. Sometimes people say I endorse too many books. And my response has always been the same: if I can get one case study that can give me one good idea that I can implement for $25, or for these days 1/3 of that on Kindle, I've gotten a very good deal. Leaders understand the ultimate power of relationships. I know it sounds crazy, but you've got to let what you're going to do find you, rather than you pursuing it. The whole secret to our success is being able to con ourselves into believing that we're going to change the world because statistically we are unlikely to do it. I don't want the 35-year-olds in my audience to think of me as pops giving the kind of advice that only 65-year-olds can understand. Leaders don't create followers, they create more leaders. I had no idea what I was doing when I wrote Search. There was no carefully designed work plan. There was no theory that I was out to prove. I think it's wonderful to save the world, but you need to be part of the world, too. Excellent firms don't believe in excellence, only in constant improvement and constant change.